Understand this episode has taken so damn long, but please cut me some slack because here is what all went wrong. I tried to edit and record more before I hit pause. It's been since March, I know, so long, and this is all because my rent has spiked and then I grew so very desperately. I had to order and replace my laptop battery. I had to move apartments, I had lots of interviews, and I had my birthday, then caught COVID when it all fell through. I want to travel, I don't know, or go to Disneyland, but I don't think I can because there's so much in my hands. I got a new job, it's a process taking very long. I moved again and took so long to write this little song. Hello everyone! That song was honestly just for my own fun, but it does summarize exactly why we were on such a long hiatus. But Review-O-Meter is back, and with it being back, I think there is going to be some few changes coming. We actually already recorded these episodes that you're about to hear back in March. I believe it was March. Yeah, my god, it was March. That was so long ago. I didn't even include the latest hurricane that recently swept through Florida in that song. But yes, so lots of things have happened. We are currently getting back into recording the theme that we left off on. I don't know if I want to say exactly what that is just yet, but we are continuing on here with the Disney Channel series on Disney Plus theme. So please enjoy this taking on everyone's favorite show on Disney Channel, Fastlane. Welcome to Review-O-Meter. I'm your host, Peter. Thank you all you hot doggers for listening into this podcast where we watch 4 random titles and rank them within one random theme. This month, our theme is Disney Channel series on Disney Plus. Wow, that's a mouthful. Joining me today via Discord, we have Caesar, our assistant to the regional host.
Seasonal. I just want to. I just love that intro you did, Peter. But hello, everyone. Happy Pi Day.
Oh, it is Pi Day.
It is Pi Day.
I didn't even realize. Oh.
As of recording,
March 14th.
Pi Day. Yes,
yep.
It is Pi Day. Yes.
Also, Caesar, this is your Caesar. This is like your last roll, your last day. What was that?
That was
That's
like
me.
When the car in the background.
Yeah, don't mind Michael saying he's just revving his Harley.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's Pi Day, might as well.
Gonna go get some pies.
Exactly.
Jump on this Harley immediately. I don't even know what else. I was trying to make a joke with that seasonal stutter I said. You're seasonal, by the way, Caesar. Sorry to break it to you. This is your last episode of being the assistant to the regional host.
Damn,
then you're gonna be dropped down. Yeah, sorry.
Damn, downgraded after 15 episodes?
Yeah, I'm just kidding, of course. In fact, you get to remain as our permanent assistant to the regional host, and I'm going to boost Michael Shang up to co-host now, because why not?
Ooh, wow.
Everyone's got to be a co-host in the end. Speaking with, we have a few other friends here, so we have our newly promoted co-host, Michael Shang.
Howdy.
And we have Hiroki.
Hi.
You gotta keep joining more of these, Hiroki, so you can be bumped up to co-host.
I don't know if I want that. I'm gonna become co-host, and I'm gonna get embroiled into like a scandal, so that way, the show gets canceled.
You retire from it?
Yeah, that way I have to make an apology video.
Oh no!
Like a press conference. We're on the background.
Yeah, I have to make a press conference.
So anyways, we are doing this podcast episode as our second episode in the Disney Channel theme. We have already recovered from viewing the Girl Meets World episodes, the two that I already forgot their names. It started with Girl Meets whatever on each, but it was like Girl Meets Capitalism and Girl Meets Communism, right?
Yeah, we'll
I personally enjoyed those episodes because I like Girl Meets World. Yes, the communism episode was a little too maybe it wasn't the best of the two or of all Girl Meets World, but it's interesting that Disney still tactic that one. I actually found out later that episode was actually recorded during season 1 and they chose to wait until season 2 before releasing it.
Really?
So that explains why Farkle was a little too different compared to like the episode prior, where he seemed more mature. In this one, he's just like the goofball in the classroom again.
Oh, wonder why they waited that
That's
long.
odd.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
interesting.
Yeah. Well, good news today. We won't be watching any communism episodes of Girl Meets World again because we're gonna be watching something else. So with that, well, before I actually activate the shuffler, I want to remind you all that you each have a reshuffle card. Bailey had already used his one and only reshuffle card for the last episode when we originally got Pair of Kings, which we reshuffled into Girl Meets World. But you all here, Caesar, Shang, and Hiroki, you all each have your reshuffle card. So in case you want to actually use it, this is your time, just in case you want to know, or you can save it and keep it. So just reminding you all. Okay, it has now come to that time for us to activate the Review-O-Meter Shuffler and see which title we will be reviewing. And it broke. Caesar!
Hey guys, I'm the pizza man. I'm here to fix it. Oh, there we go. I got it.
I did not like that bit at all. I did not like that bit at all. Let's say Fastlane?
Fastlane!
I never fucking heard of this show in my life. What is this?
It's got one season. Had never heard of this. I even had to write every show in the shuffler, and I literally haven't even. I don't think I remember those words ever together.
Yeah, normalized after.
It came out in 2019. Let's read this description. 12-year-old overachiever Layne finds her orderly life thrown into a tailspin when she discovers a sophisticated talking car named Vin, hidden in an abandoned shed. Okay, we have a Herbie situation here.
Oh
wow,
This is Knight
I
Rider.
already hate
Oh
this
my
movie.
goodness, this is Knight Rider.
It's a TV show.
I mean, show, sorry, oops.
Okay, so there are 8 episodes in this only season, so we would have to watch 2 of them.
So what I'm
Hiroki,
guessing is
Yeah.
this thing got canceled immediately after it came out.
that or COVID probably halted production.
It's
It
been
was
like
made
what?
in
You said
2019.
2019?
Yeah, so
it's
kind
been
of-
what, 3 years now?
And COVID started when?
I mean, yeah, but
What's the
like,
19 in COVID standing for again?
okay. It still hasn't came back in 3 years. Like,
wait.
the theme parks came back already.
Wait. This happened. This series was between February 15 of 2019 through March 31st, 2019. So COVID, I don't think was around during that time. Could be wrong, but
yeah, they could have filmed it in that summer and released it during 2020. So fair enough. This got canceled, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess we're watching this. I reminded you all about the reshuffle cards, but no one has said anything yet. So
I'm very tempted, but I kind of wanted to use it when we had like a series that somebody actually wanted to see.
You're evil.
Just to ruin their day. But this might make me use it.
Are you gonna use it?
Oh wait! Whoa! Wait! Oh,
guys, we could be missing out on a masterpiece right here, even though it got canceled.
I doubt that it's a masterpiece.
The chance to make so many Fast and Furious jokes and Knight Rider jokes.
Oh, you know what? You're kind of right.
Okay, Hiroki, go ahead and go to Google and just type in like random number between 1 through 8.
Okay, I got 8.
8. So that leaves us with also only watching the 7th episode since there's no other episodes after 8. So 8 is called Helicopter Parents. Oh boy. And episode 7 is called On the Run.
So not only do we have to watch this, but we also have to watch the ending of the entire season.
Yep. We have no idea what the premise is. We have to watch the conclusion.
We have to literally watch the ending of it. Oh god, I hope it ends on a cliffhanger because I think that would be so.
It's like it's like the car becomes like evil, and then like
it turns into Megatron.
Oh my god! Yeah.
The actual full episode names are episode 7, Mild 7 on the Run, and episode 8, Mile 8 on the. So they're actually calling them by miles, not episodes.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! It's like it's literally like Fast and Furious.
Okay.
One mile at a time.
Too fast, too furious.
Disney has the Cars franchise under the utility belt, as well as the Herbie franchise. So they said, let's go ahead and try to recreate something for Disney Channel with a talking car.
I hope they say ka-chow in it.
They can take a shot with it. Such a missed opportunity.
She's gonna have the Lightning McQueen Crocs on too.
You know, we're probably being unfair. Again, this could be something one of us might actually thoroughly enjoy. So
I can guarantee you this will not be something I will enjoy.
I want you to have that open mind, though, so you can have a full, honest review.
You know what? You're right, Peter. I will try to go into this with an open mind. I wish I reshuffled and got Pair of Kings.
Oh my god.
Well, with that in mind, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Stick around and we'll come back with our thoughts and review of Fastlane after these messages. Welcome to the Headlight Show. I'm your host, James Carden. With us tonight, he's the star of the newest film, Layne. You know him, you love him. Here he is, Tomater.
Yeah, yo.
Welcome, Mater. Or should I say, Dadgum Mater?
Hey, that wasn't my original phrase. The first one I come up with was yipper dipper ripper stripper. I know, right? It wouldn't fit on a hat, plus I don't know what the hell it means. Alright?
Well, I'm so glad you're here. We're all glad. Aww. How do you respond to that amount of love and support?
I always like to picture everybody naked when I first come out. You know, I'm not nervous or nothing. I'm just a pervert, so.
Oh, I see.
Tonight's a special night for me.
I can imagine. Now that you're a big movie star, are you going to fly your private jet to the premiere? Maybe with your friend, Lightning McQueen?
I mean, I've always wanted to ride in one of them fancy helicopters.
Really? But those are so noisy. Not a jet.
I hate flying in airplanes. I had to fly to meet my bus, and I hate flying them daggum airplanes, and the daggum airport wouldn't let me bring my emotional support stripper with me on the airplane. I ain't kidding. When that plane gets going like that, if I can't motorboat a pair of I'm in trouble.
Well, that's unfortunately all the time that we have. Tomater, everyone. Go see Later Mater coming to all drive-in theaters this Chrysler season.
Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something. Achoo!
Whoa, that was a big sneeze. And you left the boogie on the door, Hayden.
Oh, sorry.
It's not your fault, but we can't leave it like this. Or maybe we can. Let's go.
Daddy, why don't we ask Mr. Boogity to help us clean it up?
Of course, Mr. Boogity's multi-surface cleaner. Kills the toughest messes and the biggest of all boogies. Psst, psst. There, all clean.
Thanks, Mr. Boogity.
Boogity, 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 boo.
Guess what, everyone? Review-O-Meter is now on Twitter. Follow and receive alerts of when a new podcast episode is released. Participate in future activities such as polls to help us decide which streaming titles to watch in our future episodes. Follow Review-O-Meter at Review-O-Meter. That's Review-O-Meter without hyphens in the username. And we're back. Hiroki thought Fastlane will suck. It does. Let's talk about it.
Wow, we threw it in the bus.
I was actually just gonna come out here and tell everybody that I love this show.
Okay, why? And is everything okay with you, sir? Any health conditions going on right now?
No, I was just gonna do a whole bit where I just kept saying that I love this show, but at the end I was gonna give it a 0 out of 10.
Okay, so you're perfectly fine and normal.
No, that show was awful.
Yeah, no, this show sucks. But we gotta talk about it. So,
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
So Caesar, you compared it to Knight Rider.
I did because it basically was Knight Rider, but it was like a way way more childish, right? Because you can tell and I was watching it, he was like, "Oh my god!" His voice was like way much less serious than Knight Rider. You could tell this was like obviously it was for a Disney series, like, but like they obviously try to like break themselves and be like a Knight Rider series, even though basically it was a Knight Rider series for kids.
She looked just like David Hasselhoff.
He really did.
What?
Yeah, he really did. Yeah, he did.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. For the viewers at home, in case you're trying to get a better understanding of what the show is really about, just a general summary. This show is about two not even teenage, they're 12-year-olds, right?
Yeah, it's
12-year-olds, yeah.
Two 12-year-old girls who know a talking car because one of the girls, the main character, her parents built it for the government, and this car talks and it's super annoying. So there you go. That's the show. That was the pitch. And they made it. It makes it's just it's a little insulting because there are some really talented writers out there who are trying to get their scripts thrown in any production studio they can. And this looks like it was mainly corporate made, but it had to be written by someone. And it got approved. It got greenlit for an entire season. I'm sure they probably wanted to sell toys off from it, talking car toys. I don't know. The fact that it got made, honestly, just kind of upsets me.
Oh, the series wasn't initially intended to be like a Herbie like franchise. That was like
really?
Yeah, it was in 2017. They intended this to be like a reboot for the Herbie, and that must have changed down the road, obviously.
Oh, definitely.
They had no reference to Herbie whatsoever.
So Secret Agent Herbie.
They're like, I like Knight Rider better. Let's do that.
I do have to give it some credit that it did try to be a cohesive narrative, so every episode leads to the next in one giant story rather than like sitcom style. I think sitcom style would have been a little bit more painful, but maybe not, because at least it would know it's kind of stupid. In this, it plays off so serious that you could just tell this is it's bad. So imagine like a real TV show where they were watching some parody of Disney Channel or whatever, and the premise was a talking car and kids having to like save the day, and the main characters of that fabulous TV show are just like, oh, this is trash. This is what kids have to watch. This is what's really popular. We don't understand. This is bad. That's this show, but an actual show of it.
It's a parody of its own.
It's like soap opera-ish. Kids version?
Yeah, it started with a previously on Fastlane.
I'm kind of glad that they did that, just because since we started at the last episode.
Yeah. So we watched episode 7 and 8, by the way, in case y'all didn't get that.
But I mean, it was still horrible.
I like how
yeah.
Sorry, Peter, but I like how in the beginning of episode 7 they framed it like how the Vin, the car, like got destroyed, and how they show later in the episode how the two girls fake Vin's death getting destroyed. It was like if someone were to like fake their own murder. This is basically what it was, just for a car.
I also don't understand the newscaster with like this steering wheel was the only thing left of the car, but then when they go to like the crash site, you can clearly see just pieces of a car there. They made it seem like the car disintegrated and there was just a steering wheel, but like how would they know a car crashed there? It literally just disintegrated.
I have to admit, I was actually slightly interested in that opening because it seems like, obviously we know this is a self-driving talking car, but it seems like it got wrecked and the news was all like, we can't find the driver, this is serious. I'm like, oh, interesting. That's actually an interesting concept, but it just throws away with that and focuses on the two 12-year-old girls who don't even acknowledge that the news is thinking that the driver's dead, and it goes into the whole secret agent story, and it's so bad, and the villains are so corny, and the parents are so dumb and naive, and the girls are just so formulaic written. Is that a word, formulaic? It's like the Disney Channel formula. They have to be the best friends. One's the intelligent, witty one that loves her best friend and wants to learn from her, but is also a goody two-shoes compared to, like, through her parents' eyes, while the best friend's the rebellion one. You know what I mean?
I also like how that one kid also said fake news. I've heard about this before.
Yeah. That was funny.
Or the
I was
car.
like, what the fuck?
In the very beginning, they were lubricating the car, and the car was making like moan sounds. I'm like,
Oh
okay.
my god! Oh my
I did
god!
not
was
like that
so
at all.
uncomfortable.
I was like,
And-
this is not for kids.
Yeah, I'm trying to get pooped on. It's my new hobby. I'm built for the road, not the woods. It's cold, there's bugs, all sorts of noises. But you're gonna leave again. Oh, that is good lube.
You can't be saying to a 12-year-old, oh, that is good. No.
That got an actual chuckle out of me.
God.
And that was in the very beginning, and then I've never made a peep again because it was bad. It was awful.
It got an uncomfortable chuckle from me too. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, it's one of these kind of shows.
God.
On the Disney Channel these days, these kind of shows.
God. Really working blue over here.
Like, oh man, like, oh my god, I had something else I was gonna say too as well that was like weird. I just can't remember what it was. Like the show was so unrememberable.
Was it? I know. For me, when Vin was in the forest, right? Because the kids tried to fight the car, but they hid it in the forest. Which is, of course, who's gonna find a car in the forest? And you see Vin get scared by a squirrel. First of all, who gets? That squirrel obviously would look fake because there was a one scene in the up close where Vin, like in the backup camera he has, you can see the squirrel not move at all. You can tell it was fake. And then all of a sudden you see Vin jump in between two trees, get stuck there. Then later on you see a police officer see him, and Vin's freaking out. He's like, "Oh my god, I gotta hide. I gotta act normal. And that kind of made me laugh. He was like really trying to like not be seen, even though it's pretty obvious you can see him between two trees.
Also, it was kind of weird that they parked a orange, like giant orange car, like not too far off, like the actual walkway, like the actual hiking path. Like, how did no one see that before?
I like how it's supposed to be a secret U.S. government-made car, and they painted it with all these bright orange colors. And whenever this car talks, the lights, I don't even know how to like describe that front, how it talks. Obviously, it's like digital, and it kind of forms eyes, but every time it talks, it always like moves around, and the lights glow in all sorts of different pixelated directions. Obviously, it'll look cool. I get that, and that's fair. You got to do that, especially if you want to sell toys out of it. I don't think they've made a single toy for this TV show, but it's interesting design, but not really so much of a undercover car either.
Well, I mean, right. There's a couple weird things about that. Well, what they were saying was the car is supposed to be like a search and rescue car, so like it makes sense that it's orange and brightly colored and stuff. But what doesn't make sense is that there's like some military general like, yeah, we downloaded secrets into it. Like government secrets. I was like, why would there be government secrets in a vehicle that's used to do search and rescue that I assume is for like maybe like what? Natural disasters or something? Why would the US military put military secrets into this car?
Does that explain why it has a very high IQ?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean,
I feel like
get
that
people
might-
out of the rocks, I guess. But like, I just thought that was weird. I was like, yes, something that's going to be commonly used. We're just gonna give it our nuclear launch codes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Out of all the main gadgets this car has, you remember? Do you remember what was the saving grace of the? Not saving grace, but just the climax and the main gadget that this car used to save the day? A
Claw.
fucking grappling hook.
The claw.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
just-
he also choked that one man.
Oh, that was interesting.
That was funny. That was funny.
It was going all Skynet. I was actually kind of interested to see where that was gonna go. This car's
Yes.
turning to the Sith for sure, choking this villain, and then it let go.
It's like,
I like how the parents were like, "Where did it learn that from? We didn't
That's
give it."
That's what I found
Sentience?
interested. Like, this car clearly is growing its artificial intelligence, and it's starting to have a mind of its own, and it's going evil. Like,
That also insinuated that the daughter taught it how to choke people.
yeah.
Oh.
It kind of slightly reminds me of Big Hero 6 when Baymax starts attacking people when Hero didn't necessarily intend him to do that, but let him. I don't know why I'm comparing that beautiful movie to this.
Yeah, you can't compare them. You really can't.
Did Max? I was about to say, do not compare the two. Do not mess up.
You know, Shang, you've been pretty silent. What do you think of this?
One, I have fireworks going on too, so I didn't want to ruin. I think we just ended, so I didn't want to ruin audio. Every time, 9 o'clock, baby.
Wow.
I feel like though it's very memorable. Just it yeah. I was just like really losing interest throughout. That's also why I also like went on my own outside the group watch because I was like, I need to back up. I don't know what just happened. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't feel one like a Disney Channel. I don't know. Maybe the style of it as well. I
Yeah, it wasn't a
it-
sitcom.
yeah, and yeah, I guess that would be it. It felt more of it, just non-Disney, I guess. And there because I don't think Disney has ever done this, or at least the Disney Channel that I've seen, where it's more not sitcom in the sense of episodic. It was more series based like this one. But yeah, and I guess maybe also, I mean, it's not geared toward us, so it's not geared for me. And we did start on episode 7, so it was just like trying to catch up and keep up with where they were at.
Say it's not Disney enough.
Yeah.
What do you mean exactly? Like, do you think this probably fits better on, I don't know, Teen Nick or God? I
So I
don't
was
want to
actually
compare it to
thinking,
those.
comparing it to
There's
what
no
was it?
Corey in the house.
No. I think maybe because they, even though it was like silly, that like the sets didn't go all out in the sense of like cheesy, and maybe that's just in my mind of like Disney Channel.
Right.
If it's going to not be as like realistic or anything like that, you can tell it's like a Disney Channel because there are like bright colors of costume outfits. The places that they chose is weird, or you can tell it's like, I don't know. But it felt, again, I think I said it before, soap opera type.
Yeah, it's tried playing out serious.
Exactly. And I just don't think it just landed. Wow.
No, it didn't land or park well.
Yeah.
There we go.
I love it when Caesar laughs.
I love
in the
it.
show.
You gotta have the card jokes. You gotta have it.
Okay. Yeah.
I think any bad joke I make would really get no reaction from the audience, but when Caesar laughs at it, it's always his laugh that I'm sure makes people chuckle. So thank you for that. Caesar, what are your thoughts of this beautifully boring show?
Well, Michael Shang did say this is not like a Disney Channel series. I kind of like have to push back on that just a little bit because it did have the trope of the best friend that like is dumb because we had that in Girl Meets World. We had that in Shake It Up. Well, in this one we had the best friend who was gonna fail. The principal made her take the test exam to pass so she can go to the next grade. And it turns out she does great, and she kind of is like, oh, I only got 96. But
right, I agree with you there. As I said earlier, the formula was the dumb rebel friend.
Then another thing, then we also had Layne, like kind of love interest, like how like towards the beginning of episode 7, she was like interested in one guy. I forgot his name. My mind.
Oh, that was bad. Oh, yeah. Corey.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Yeah, how do you not remember, man? Come on.
Do
you even fast Layne?
His name's Cody. Yeah, Cody. Yeah. And how
Corey.
That was Cody. I'm looking at the Wikipedia. It's Cody.
Oh. Shit, do I even fast Layne? Guess not.
As I was saying, like she was interested in him, and then like towards the end of episode 7, she kind of went up to him and was like, "Hey, I like you, and like how I like you as a friend." But even though kind of
the friend
like,
zone.
Yeah, she kind of made it seem like she was into him more than a friend. And when later on that day, when Cody was talking to his dad asked him like, "Oh, did you tell her that you like her?" And Cody is like, "No, I didn't tell her." And then like episode 8 is like the episode's weird between them because every time she talks to Cody, he's like, "You're such a great friend, Cody," and it's like, "Yeah, great friend." He kind of feels like a little down about that. It's kind of another trope that you see in Disney.
They probably wanted to explore that love in the second season.
For a second, I can't wait.
Coming
Can't
soon.
wait for season 2. Coming soon, man. Coming
Oh my
soon.
God.
I can
Summer
feel it in my bones.
2022?
Hiroki, you were right, by the way. The it was left by a cliffhanger.
I was right about 2 things. They lose the car, and they also have a cliffhanger. It's like I'm psychic, man.
Yeah, you should be like a writer for Disney Channel.
I'll just recycle old shows for making those.
You just put it all in a jar and you just take it out scene by scene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you can always you put it all together, put it in your microwave for 7 minutes, and see what happens.
I'll have multiple different hats and just draw out of them. Like one of them is for characters, one of them is for like plot, another one's for like what's like I guess like the situation they're in. It's like yes, funny and dumb friends.
Don't forget the goofy dad.
Yeah, goofy dad. Super smart, but also kind of dumb dad.
That's another trope that we see in Disney Channel series.
So as we were waiting to start the recording of this second portion after the commercial break, I was diving into the promotion of this film, like the marketing of it, and we were listening to the main character, the main star of the film, go on a talk show where they were just like praising her film or the series, saying, "Hey, this is like Knight Rider. Hey, this is gonna be a big hit. Congrats!" And you don't really see that with like any other Disney Channel shows or Nickelodeon shows going on actual talk shows, saying, "Yeah, this is gonna be great for you." But apparently, these cast members were in actual big titles. Like as I said, the mom was in all these other shows like Lucifer, Supernatural, Riverdale. I guess this main character, the little 12-year-old girl, was also in some other shows that I think a lot of the comment section remembered her from. So that probably got an initial audience for this show when it came out, but I don't really know if it survived too well.
I think if they would have went the Herbie route, it might have been better a little bit, because I know, at least for me, I like the Herbie like movies, even the one with Lindsay Lohan. The ones that I like the earlier versions I haven't seen, but the one Lindsay that one's like always memorable.
So you've only seen the Lindsay Lohan one?
Yes, yeah, that is accurate.
Then why did you say you like all the Herbie movies?
Because I like the idea of Herbie, and like
like I love all the Herbie movies that include Lindsay Lohan in it.
So it's Herbie Fully Loaded is the only one Caesar likes or has ever seen.
Yes.
After 1998, I haven't seen else. All the movies 98 to like 97. That's what. After that, I didn't see anything.
You made it seem like Herbie was like Fast and Furious. Like every year another Herbie movie comes out.
I mean, they do have 6 movies, so I mean, it could get there. It's gonna be it.
Yeah, but you've seen like one.
Do you remember that Michael Keaton played Lindsay Lohan's father in the original or that Herbie movie?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh
my God!
It's been forever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a good movie. I liked it as a kid. Like when it came out on DVD, I bought it and always played it in the car rides. But at the same time, it does not hold up well. So I am curious to see the older films, but I'm not too eager to. This whole talking car or artificial intelligent car storyline is not really the most impressive. It can't be like the main focus is what I'm trying to say. It's honestly like any secret agent should have a talking car, right?
You would think, because
maybe not necessarily a talking car, but a cool car.
I think you really just can't expand. I think it's hard to expand afterwards and with it, because after a while, I mean, after one season, it's going to be like hard to find like storylines to continue that.
I'm still waiting for Cars to fully expand. Like, we have 3 movies and those Disney-made plane movies and all the Cars shorts that Pixar has done. But they showed us a Pope car in Cars 2 when they were in Venice. Why the heck have we not learned about the religion of the Cars world? I want to see a story of Jesus' car.
Oh no, that's a little murky. That's a touchy.
There was a
subject.
Pope car
That's
in Italy in that movie.
I know, even though I haven't seen it, but that's a touchy subject. I don't think Disney's gonna like.
How do they reproduce?
Oh my god.
Oh.
So when a mommy car loves a daddy car.
Is that how Vin was made? The talking car in this show?
I think he was made a different way. Like actual like.
Yeah, by the government? Or no, I think the government just bought him, right?
It's possible.
Wait, bought who?
Or funded him, I should say.
Yeah.
The car. Vin, I think was his name.
Yeah. Then.
Oh, yeah, probably. I would think so.
I guess we're already done.
They already downloaded their secrets into that car, so I would hope that they owned it.
Yeah.
There's not much for us to talk about in this one, is there?
No.
Oh, we did have the funny moment of a cat in the military.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I
what
don't
was
remember.
up with that? What?
Remind me.
And the cat was like a captain or something. Like it was a higher rank than the guy that he was talking to for some reason.
Okay, Peter. Okay, it was after the scene when Layne's brother was talking to one of the generals that wanted to get the car back, and aka Wheelboy, Layne's brother, and he was saying like, "Oh, we're not getting the car back. Get out of here." Blah blah blah. And then the general hung up the phone, and another guy who was there, he was like, "Are we gonna go get the car?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, and the other guy asked, "Are we gonna bring Sergeant Button?" You just see an image of a cat and like in a full-on like kind of like a little like sergeant's hat and like a little scarf on it, like with stars too.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
No,
I promise I watched this.
How do you not remember that?
I don't know.
They literally had a cat on screen for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
They showed him and they're like, "Oh, should we bring him along?" And he's like, "No."
I remember that general, as he was looking at the talking car pulling the helicopter with the grappling hook, he said something like,
"Hello. Excuse me. Hi, excuse me. I would like to order 2 veggie meals. Hello."
Hey, what did I say about having your phones out at work? Next time it happens again, you're both fired.
Oh, thanks for that.
You may proceed with your order, old sir.
Just the veggie meals, please. Have you ever thought about getting a smartwatch?
No. Not really.
I use mine to keep track of my fitness. It can pretty much do whatever your phones can do.
I don't care about fitness. Can it do Twitter? Instagram?
Yep. You can also purchase different accessories. Try it on.
We can't get fired!
The smartwatch by some tech company. Order yours today.
Manager nails a new sign to the wall stating, "Restaurant employees must not wear rings, bracelets, or watches."
What the fuck?
Hey, Craig, you left because the movie was that bad?
Wow.
So our recording from Discord is through a bot named Craig, and he decided to leave. I guess he also really hated this review in the movie. Sorry, Craig. I don't know exactly where you jumped ship at, but we're gonna try to catch up from.
Craig loves this show. He's just mad that we're just slandering it so much.
You're right. That's it.
He
Sorry,
couldn't stand us talking about it.
He must,
Like
he must know Vin somehow because he isn't like the slender ring towards him.
Let's actually cheer up Craig. What were some positives to take away from this show?
I mean, it made me.
There we go.
It made me chuckle sometimes because there were times when I know the cat part that we just talked about that made me laugh. Who promotes a cat to a sergeant? Who does that?
Wait, was it a sergeant or was it a captain? I can't remember.
He was. I remember he said, "Hey," it was a sergeant. Cause I remember his name. It was Sergeant
Oh,
Butt.
okay.
That was his name. Yeah. That
Oh,
made me
okay,
laugh. Yeah. And then you had.
That means somebody enlisted that cat.
The most funniest part of the 2 episodes we saw was the grown man fighting a smart car with claw and like what do you have? Yeah,
I was already checked out by that point, so I didn't really care.
He was choking a grown man.
That was interesting, but it didn't go anywhere. It was really quick.
I feel like this series, this show tried to be really ridiculous in every part of it, and it kind of achieved that because how much we're like bagging on the show.
I think my favorite part we already touched up on is when the very beginning of the 7th episode, where we just see that this car is totaled and the news are reporting that someone's missing. I thought for a second that maybe these two 12-year-old girls were going to be convicted of murder. So that I thought that would have been a really fun plot.
You have to go to jail now.
And I go to juvie.
Can they escape prison?
I really have nothing else to say, honestly. Yeah. I don't even know how to summarize each episode. It's not important if we do or not, honestly. So if you really care, go check it out, guys. But I think we're gonna move on to our next segments.
Yeah. I of course can't believe.
I was talking to the audience.
I still can't believe that guy promoted that cat to an E5. Like, yes, Sergeant.
Sergeant Buttons reporting for duty.
Why can't I remember the dang cat?
Or should I say meow 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 meow?
How can you not like they honestly no, they really did just bring that out of nowhere. Like they were in the office, and then like there was just a cat there that was just a sergeant. Like,
how did that process? What qualification does he have?
I don't know. He catches mice.
Oh, he has nine lives, so he gets shot. He'll be fine after like the first time, after the 9th, after the 8th.
I understand.
Yep.
wait a minute. Don't you have to have a high school diploma, I think, or like a GED or something like that to be plugged as sergeant? I think after like corporal, or like at corporal, you have to have like a GED or something like that. And so this cat passed school. Went to high school, man.
Oh my god, I can't go over the fact they promoted a cat.
It's so odd. Like
this show's very realistic.
It was just so random. Like it's just like, oh, should we bring like Sergeant what was his name? Buttons? Yes. We bring Sergeant Buttons. He's like, no, he gets car sick or something like that. I wonder, like, it makes me wonder if there's like an episode where like the general just promoted a cat. or did they really just bring this out of nowhere?
Because they were like, okay,
now we have to go back and watch the whole season.
No,
I refuse.
No,
no,
not doing that.
We're good. Maybe it was going to be a spin-off, you know?
Wait, what? Oh, for the cat, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to actually give us a fact there.
The cat goes to Vietnam.
Ukraine.
You fight Ukraine.
He sets a bunch of mousetraps up.
Can we just do C trivia already?
Or he would use catnip to bomb Russia.
That doesn't even make sense.
We're doing a segment?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get this over with.
Okay. Welcome back to C Trivia! How we doing, my wheel boys, my wheel people? How we doing tonight?
Say wheel?
Wheel, that was, yeah. Wheels, wheel boy, yeah, you know. That's
just like in the kid's t-shirt, right?
Yes, exactly, yes. That's exactly what we're doing.
Oh, Caesar. You're a big fan.
I just look at every detail of the show, even though the episodes were that great.
No, I caught the detail. I just can't actually believe you made that same pun.
It's funny.
It was funny.
It's a bad pun, but you know, it's a sidekick for a smart talking car. What?
Oh my god, they should introduce that in the next Fast and Furious film. Paul Walker's a wheel boy. Too soon? Okay.
I mean, the timing's fine because it's been like a couple of years, but okay.
Yeah, I like the movie where he was with the dogs in Antarctica, but
okay.
That was random.
Okay. We got 5 questions for you guys. True or false? No. 1 true or false and 4 multiple.
Okay, whatever Shank says, I'll copy.
Oh my god.
He tends to win.
Ready?
I am still so surprised that you actually found C trivia for this.
I know. What is it?
Okay, I'll take that as a yes. So, true or false? This was the first Disney Channel with a theme song that's not performed by a former or current Disney Channel star. True or false? Let's go with Hiroki.
I want to say true because I don't remember her singing.
Okay.
But I don't remember a lot of things, so.
I mean, at least you remembered the Sergeant Cat, Sergeant Button.
I wish I didn't.
Shang.
So wait, what was the question again, son?
Okay, true or false? This was the first Disney Channel series with a theme song that's not performed by a former or current Disney Channel. True or false?
I kind of want to say false.
Really? Okay.
There are shows that are, so I'm gonna go false.
And Peter.
Can I hear the theme song again?
No.
Protection and
Oops, sorry.
That was the theme song, sir.
I was like, what?
I thought you actually had it ready.
Go! Jump in, it's time to go fast. Turn up the radio fast.
Did that go through well?
It did. That kind of went a little bit. It was like kind of muffled. It was in and out. Yeah, but it's fine.
I'm gonna go with false.
Oh, okay. So the correct answer is true.
I'm already losing.
It's okay.
Damn it, Shank.
I failed you.
Okay, on to the next one. So, if you guys didn't know, this series was filmed in Canada. But what area of Canada was the series filmed? You have 4 potential answers. Was it A, Vancouver, B, Toronto, C, Montreal, or D, Quebec? Let's start with Peter.
You know, that makes sense that this was filmed in Canada. That makes sense why I never heard of this and why they even had like certain accents pop out every now and then. But you know, Life with Derek was also filmed in Canada and brought to Disney Channel in the US. Just a little fun fact. I'm gonna go with Toronto. That is also where Turning Red takes place.
Toronto, okay, let's go with Hiroki.
What were the options again?
A was Vancouver, B was Toronto, C was Montreal, and D was Quebec City.
I'm gonna go with Montreal, just because I know, I don't know if it'll be the same thing for like shows and stuff, but Montreal offers a lot of tax breaks on like video game developers and stuff. So I'm assuming that they might do the same for like shows and everything. So I think it's gonna be Montreal.
Okay, and Shane.
I'm tied between that, Montreal, and Vancouver, because I feel like I've heard those cities a lot with like different filming locations. I think I'm gonna go with Vancouver.
Change my answer.
Peter.
You know what? I should go with my gut. Toronto.
So, fortunately, Shane, you were correct. It's Vancouver.
You changed my answer, right?
No, you said Toronto. I remember your gut.
I don't remember that. I also don't remember any cat, so I think you're lying with me.
No, I'm not. No.
Sir, I only had 1 glass of vodka.
Thank you for admitting that to the audience. Okay, on to the next one. So, this series premiered after which Disney Channel movie? We have 4 potential answers. Was it A, Zombies 2, B, Descendants 3, C, Impossible, the live action film, or D, none of the above? Let's start with Shang.
Which Descendants did you say?
The 3rd film, Descendants 3.
That one had a pop in soundtrack.
Yeah. I feel like they wouldn't do that to the show. I feel like Kim Possible, live action, locking it in.
Okay, and Peter. It's a very dramatic pause. Are you thinking, or what's happening now?
Peter?
It's your question.
Asked you, Peter. What's?
Oh.
I asked you. I said.
Oh. I heard Shang say which Descendants, and I thought it was him. Sorry.
Oh yeah. So I did.
Yeah, I said 3. Yeah, Descendants.
Okay. So for me, Zombies 2.
Okay, and Hiroki muted. great.
I have no idea what any of those movies are. So I'm gonna go with whatever Michael Shank chose.
Going with C. Okay. So, oddly enough, Peter got the answer wrong. It was Kim Possible.
Wait, that was an option?
Yeah, I said that.
Possible the live action.
Oh, I don't remember anything.
Oh my god, that drink is really hitting.
I had to. This show sucked.
Oh my god.
I had to get through it somehow.
Okay, on to the next one. How long did it take to film this whole series? You have 4 potential answers. Was it A, 80 days, B, 57 days, C, 75 days, or D, 60 days? Let's start with Roki.
I'm gonna say I go with D.
Shang.
Could you say the dates one more time? The time frames one more time?
Yeah, A was 80 days, B was 67 days, C 75 days, or D 60 days.
Well, I want to say 60 days sounds too much. Let's go with. Was there 70 something? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, C was 75 days.
75 or 60. Let's go with.
And you have in the middle, you have like 67 days, either 60.
Let's do that. The middle one, 67.
I like how C trivia is always like production trivia. Never like, alright, what was that? Do you remember this scene with the cat? Was he promoted to a general or a captain? Like, you could do that, you know?
But this is more interesting. You know, that's what
You're just making random guesses, though.
That's the goal. That's probably the goal of it. And Peter.
So this is specifically asking only for filming days.
Yes, filming.
Not anything in post.
No, just how long it took the whole series.
Oh my god. Well, it's a series. 8 episodes. It's not a movie, so it's generally going to be a little longer. Can I use one of my cheats?
What would that be?
Take a peek at Michael Shang's answer.
I'm in a good mood, so sure.
Okay. Can I hear the general answer from the audience? What they think?
If you can find a way, then go for it.
Hi guys. I'm in the middle of this weird problem where I have to give Caesar a number of how many days it took to film this show. What do you guys think? I think so too.
I think.
I'm talking to the audience, Shang. I'm trying to be like Blue's Clues style. But you know, you've been right before, so I'll take your answer. Well, wait, what'd you say again?
Me?
7 days.
Yeah. 67?
67, yeah.
You know, that's very obscure of a number. I'm gonna go with that too. 67.
Well. Peter and Shang, you're both correct.
Hey!
Just in my gut.
And the audience. Okay, the final question. What was the average viewership for this? 4 potential answers. Was it A, 750,000 viewers, B, 800,000 viewers, C, 650,000, or D, 570,000 viewers? Let's start with Peter.
Oh crap. I hate these kind of questions. I don't even remember the numbers. I'm just gonna say C. Christmas tree it.
Okay, Shang.
I'm so sorry. So I heard 60, 90, 80. Was that right?
I'll repeat it again. So A was 650,000, B was 800,000, C was 650,000, or D 570,000.
Let's go. Well, with the amount of promotion or lack thereof, and not knowing this, let's go with the lowest. What is that? Was that the 500?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go with that one.
And Hiroki.
I agree, it's gonna be the lowest.
Damn, no faith.
I have no faith.
I should say, when this series first premiered, over 9,300,000 people watched it. Just
Hey, maybe the first several episodes were just about Sergeant Buttons, you know?
All about Sergeant Buttons. That's actually what the show was supposed to be about originally. It went from Herbie to Knight Rider to all about Buttons and back to Knight Rider.
So,
if this really was a Canadian show and these actors are well known, in their television programs that I can see how they would actually get a high number for an audience. But you didn't really specify if you're talking about for first premiered in Canada or first premiered in the US.
I did. I only said the average viewership, but the whole series.
You gotta keep in mind the Canadian viewer is only about half a viewer.
Somebody. Okay, so the correct answer was D. Shane and Hiroki, you both got it right.
Hey.
1C trivia. All right, tell them what they won, Caesar.
You guys win Sergeant Button's picture.
I thought you were for sure gonna say a brand new car and it talks.
I thought you were gonna say that we have to watch another episode.
Season 2, episode 1, let's go. I'll be here for the premiere of it.
We find out who was the person hacking in.
Who was hacking it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be the vice president, the guy who ran against her.
Oh my god, that guy.
He now owns the nuclear launch codes
Oh my god.
and all other government secrets that they put in there.
And that has been C Trivia. Happy Pi Day, everyone. Have a great night.
So I want to move on to... I want to move on to reading actual reviews from IMDb.
This is a new segment?
For now, let's just do it right now. First review, titled, Would Not Recommend Children Watching. Disney used to use Disney movies, TV shows to teach, instruct, and provide some kind of moral compass to children, teens, even adults. Layne lies to parents repeatedly without an adverse consequences. So unlike other previous Disney movies, TV shows that depict some very adverse consequences to liars, cheaters, thieves, Zora, the turkey leg eating drummer girl, homeschooled, gets a 96 on tests, accurately states the difference between homeschooling and Democrats US. Labor union owned teachers and professor preaching Democrats propaganda instead of teaching anything useful. I used to be one of those Democrat US labor union owned teacher, high school advanced science and advanced mathematics. So I know that I was required to oh my god, I'm smiling too much. So I know what I was required to do to remain a Democrat US labor union member of 4 labor unions, a member in good standing. To that I could continue to teach, have a job. Before you even say no, not Democrat. Yes, right. They're a high school at the Democrats Party's headquarters, city of Chicago. I also worked part-time at the Democratic Party's headquarters. What was happening was Democratic Party National. This is one of the main reasons why U.S. citizens must not pay for other people's children's schooling to be indoctrinated, brainwashed with your Democrat propaganda that I was required to do, and to do that while teaching advanced science and advanced math to high school students. That's reality. I was so glad you get recalled to active duty U.S. military joint services special warfare officer to possibly get shot and killed or blown up instead of being a Democratic Party disposable tool. Layne committing numerous crimes from breaking and entering, fraud, faking a car accident, driving without license nor insurance, without punishment. There are no laws.
Oh my god. So we kind of depth in politics a little bit.
Oh, very much, and not in the right way. Yeah, that person was very passionate. Should we read another?
Yeah,
here's one that's titled Watchable.
Wait, I just want to say that one person's review literally had nothing to do with the show and only talked about their political beliefs.
They tried relating how, I guess, the main character cheated and lied maybe in 1 or 2 scenes of the entire show, and just talked about how bad that is and how that can lead to being a Democrat in the US and why that's bad. I don't know. Oh my god.
That was so weird.
People are fucking idiots.
I love this segment already.
So this one's titled Watchable. It was a good and pretty watchable show about a girl named Layne Reed, who is a time freak and likes everything to be thought out ahead of time. Then she discovers a talking car named Vin, which turns her life upside down as bad guys want the car and everyone else. Overall, it's good, but some of the acting is cringy. Well said.
It is true.
Oh, here's a great one titled Nothing. I did not get how to watch the show. Please tell me how to.
What?
So it's kind of mixed. Some people seem to like this one. I'll end it with this one, titled "An Adorable Kitty Version of Knight Rider." They even put spoilers as a warning. And they say this title pretty much says it all, but that's apparently not long enough. Some cliche bad guys, kids are cute, so you just want to hug them and smush their faces. Car is mostly CGI for action shots or a static build for close-ups. Some scenes use a mock-up car that looks similar. Okay. Oh, you know what? I lied. I'm gonna read this one just because it says deserved a sequel. I want to see, and they even put a 10 out of 10. Here we go. I remember watching this limited series last year on Disney Channel, and it was entertaining and pretty good for a Disney Channel series made for children. It really was better off as a limited series with 8 episodes, with a continuous plot wanting more while they obviously had a really good budget. I do know that they won't bring it back with a second season as they already passed on the project. Oh, I guess they passed on the project. There you go, it's canceled.
And it did have a second season like written already, but it just didn't.
Yeah. I should have saved that first review for last, but I just picked the first one that was there and I just read through it not knowing what to expect.
The one review that wasn't about the show.
Yeah.
That was kind of about the show and then went into their own political beliefs.
Yeah. And it seems like they're from Canada and how they used to like live in the US for the school board, whoever that person was. We moved to Canada? Okay.
Okay.
What else was they expecting to do? I mean, there's the scale.
Oh
man,
there was one part.
Those reviews gave me whiplash.
That's why you got to put on your seatbelt.
Yeah, safety first.
Okay.
You're driving in the fast lane, man. You were saying, Caesar?
I remember. Okay, it was the one scene when Wheelboy, aka Layne's brother, was in Vin's car and like where her uncle and her mom were kidnapped, and I forgot what he threw at his. It was a phone. He threw a phone at his dad, and it was too perfect to be caught because he caught the uncle caught the phone in his mouth. And it's like that must have taken like so many freaking takes to catch it in his mouth like that. That was so unbelievable. And then
where it was CGI.
And then to after the call, the uncle threw it out of nowhere into a basket offset. Even though it was just so weird. It's really unbelievable. all I say is this show kind of ran out of gas.
I like that. And now that we're gonna critique this show as overall in Disney Channel, I think it's a good time to jump into the scale. Because I was opening up my script again and I was trying to find the words of what I usually say.
This was truly a ride or die series, all about family.
Oh my god. I mean, it technically is about family. Am I wrong?
That's perfect. That's what makes it a Fast and Furious trilogy right now.
Oh my god.
Totally
interface
into the actual Fast and Furious.
It's a good thing you say all that so I can just cut my last transition and say this again. It has now come for that moment you've all been waiting for. The scale. The scale is a ranking of how we rate each of the titles we have reviewed in this theme with the one we have watched today. So, going from our least favorite to our most favorite, how would you rank Fastlane amongst Girl Meets World? Let's start with Michael Shang.
Let's see. It's a close one. I mean, I believe both of them were not targeted for me. There's just the style of it is not geared toward me. But out of the two, I probably would put Fastlane as my bottom one, and then Girl Meets World above that. I think just because of thinking it as a Disney Channel show, Girl Meets World did hit more of those boxes of what a Disney Channel show felt like. It had more of the themes of it and felt a little bit more. But that's about it. I mean, they both were very, very unique.
Ricky.
Alright, sorry about that. I'm gonna have to put Girl Meets World above this show. The results will change if in the second season they show it's actually Vin Diesel who hacked into the car.
Oh yes.
And then they just become a Fast and Furious series.
Oh my god.
Where Vin Diesel has to come in there and actually like fight the little kids to take the car from them.
It would not be a fair fight, but then again, they have a smart talking cars. It might be.
No, I think the car would choke Vin Diesel.
Yeah, it probably would.
If this was animated, it probably could have been a Fast and Furious animated kids show, just like how Camp Cretaceous is for Jurassic World. And it would have to be on Netflix or something. But it would also have to be a little bit more edgy, so maybe not. I don't know. Caesar, how about you? What's your ranking on the scale?
So, okay, before I get to that, in order to make it a little more edgier, they have to have Sergeant Button eat some, like, rats or eat some mice. Have him go on the field and actually do some damage, like shoot some guns, things like that. That's how you make it edgy. That's how you get that Fast and Furious franchise. People, the fans.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's how you get it.
Or they can just kill the cat.
Whoa! It's not do that. No. Or they can have Sergeant Button drive a car off of with Vin. That right there.
And then get run over by another car?
And somehow survive. That's
like Thackeray Bink style.
yes, that's how you do it.
He just inflates and says, "This is why I am the captain now."
Wow.
Or general or whatever it was.
He's a sergeant.
Whatever.
Okay.
What's your ranking, sir?
Okay, my ranking, I would have to put, even though I had low expectations coming into it. And it was surprisingly enjoyable, even though it was kind of really bad. Layne is at the end. It reminded me, like I said before, a kid's version of Knight Rider. I tried to be really, really silly, like really unbelievable. But the end product, something that kind of unwatchable, but at the same time, it's bad. It's so bad that it's kind of good, but not even like Sharknado. It's like, this is bad. So that would be number 2. Number 1 would be Girl Meets World, because we still talk about in that show, the 2 episodes we watch, talk about communism. We get some really interesting life lessons from the man from Boy Meets World. And his name is slipping totally away from me right now. Yes, yeah. So to compare these 2 series, it's kind of very, very similar, but at the same time, one big difference is adult didn't, at least in Girl Meets World, didn't promote Kat to be a general / sergeant in the army. So I will leave tonight with that fact to the audience tonight. Just remember that happened. That was a thing.
And that leaves it to me. Fast Lane, Girl Meets World. There you go. Okay.
That was really fast.
Yeah, I jumped into the Fast Lane. We all sort of jumped into the Fast Lane because we've never seen this show before. I've never seen this show before, so you could say we went on a joyride with this one. So, thank you.
Look at that, all the puns.
You really went turbocharged on this.
Yeah, I was hoping that, nice surprise could come from our blind spot, but nothing. I think this cat that I seriously can't remember for the life of me might be the most interesting thing, and I don't even remember it. This show played off way too serious for as corny as a show the creators knew it was. I don't think the acting was well. I'm sorry. It seems like after digging through the marketing of this show, it seems like that these actors are pretty well received in what they do, but I didn't really feel it in this. I actually kind of feel bad for these actors because they clearly said yes just to get the gig, and it's just what you gotta do, to make a living. And it's sad that the creators of this probably had to tamper their script just to have it fit on Disney Channel to meet their needs. And I'm sure it probably was going to be a little bit more epic or a little bit more serious and probably more therapeutic for young preteens and such, but nope, Disney Channel clearly wanted some sort of talking car, secret agents sort of show where they could sell toys, and clearly never will. This already explains my opinions. I'm sorry, it's not good. It's bad. Don't watch this show. Stay away from it. Girl Meets World, on the other hand, completely opposite. From the 2 episodes we've seen, the funny thing is, like, one episode was capitalism, one episode was communism. The episode where we see that Farkle's like rich, this is the capitalism one, and they feel like they need to give their money to people who really deserve it, who are in more need for money. I thought that was like one of Girl Meets World's best episodes. The next one, even though it was filled with so much propaganda and kind of silly, and as I said, actually was an episode from season 1 that they brought into season 2 just because they didn't know if the network was ready to see that one just yet. It's still an interesting concept for the writers to actually chase on, and for Disney Channel to actually allow and approve of it. So I'll give it that credit, even though yes, the propaganda pretty much hurts, and it goes in the directions where it's not really the most well received, and it's pretty cringy, especially when, as I said in the last, I'm not even gonna say it. Just go watch the last episode. Why are you watching this one? What made you actually think to just click on Fastlane before clicking on any other review we have ever reviewed in this podcast? I'm sorry, but that's my overall opinion and review of the Fastlane versus Girl Meets World. So it seems like we all agreed on. So there you go, Fastlane, then Girl Meets World.
I should say there may be a fan who's like, "Whoa, Peter, let's pump the brakes on this rant about Fastlane. I'm a deep fan of Knight Rider, and my kids are too. This is like a good introduction."
Okay, Caesar, cool your engines. I know you thought long and hard for that pun, but does anyone have anything else to add of Fastlane before we send it off to the world as the terrible review it is?
This series really lost charge, and now it needs a jump start.
Oh my!
Oh no!
Any other puns?
Pocket and store it away.
You know, as much for these car puns, there really wasn't much of like a big thing for people who are into cars. So if you're into cars and you think, oh, maybe you might enjoy this, especially if you have like a preteen daughter, or if you are a preteen listening to this and you like cars, full disclaimer first off, if you're under 13, please be advised that this is not a show made for you, so please go ask your parents for approval. Anyways,
and if you're listening, thank you so much.
preteen...
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you listening, 13-year-old out there. If you are, thank you so much.
We cover family content, but this show is not intended for overall family.
Totally not for you, but thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. But yeah, if you like cars and you think, oh, well, I'm a kid and I might like this, nah, just stick watching the PG-13 R movies that have cars, or go watch Pixar's Cars, even Cars 2. It's better than this. I'm not lying. I like Cars 2 better than this.
Yeah, because those films won't give you a flat tire.
That's a pretty bold statement to make. Did Cars 2 have a cat that was a sergeant?
I always forget. You can't forget about that.
Not gonna lie, I kind of prefer Cars 2 over Cars 3.
I don't trust anyone.
The reasoning is Cars 3 is like it has the heart. I get that, but it's still kind of dull. While Cars 2 is so stupid and the whole plot's so idiotic that I kind of have fun laughing at it. So that's entertainment for me. And I like the international racing part. That is actually pretty enjoyable.
I just want to let you know that you're wrong in every type of way about that.
That's fair.
Cars 2 is a terrible movie.
That's fair. I have not even seen any of the Planes movies, which are not Pixar. Just saying, they're not Pixar made. But I've not ever seen those because they look like shit. And again, just to sell toys. So Cars 2 is the second highest grossing toy sales, second from Star Wars. Did I say Cars 2? I just mean old cars. I don't remember.
Seems like Peter's take is running out of gas.
Time for this outro, right? So does anyone have any plugs they would like to plug in here? Michael Shang?
No plugs, but it's always great being here, and thank you for inviting me over again. And yeah, that's about it. Just keep on listening.
Hiroki?
Do anything, so I don't have any plugs.
Okay. Caesar, can you tell everyone where they can listen to this podcast?
You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. And one last thing I want to plug is that Figment ass. Don't forget, that Figment ass. The way Peter enjoys it, adores it.
What?
He just loves it.
Oh, we said this in another episode,
He
right?
loves that Figment ass. So remember, if you have a Figment bucket for him, you know where to contact. At Ewok P.
I'm assuming you're in the middle of editing whichever episode we talk about the Figment popcorn bucket.
Yes, I just finished that episode. I think it was Marvel Rising.
Gotcha. Okay. I would like to also plug our sponsor for today's episode, the Craig Bot from Discord, to do all your recordings for your podcast or gaming or whatever you are interested in doing. Go to visit his website. Very popular stuff. He won't at all crash in the middle of your recording. Trust me. He's a good friend. Whenever he chimes in, he always goes, "Now recording." And it's always the greatest thing. And we know that we're always pumped and ready because of you, Craig. So please go check out his website. Thank you.
There's one last thing I want to plug. The one thing that everyone, I think, needs is water. Get water. You need water. It tastes great. And make sure you're in clear. So remember to drink water as much as you can. Or water.
Fuel up.
Drink water and hydrate. Go to your local store and hydrate.
It will fuel you.
It will cool you down.
Okay, we're off with this. Thank you. Thank you all for being a guest in tonight's recording and sharing your reviews. As for me, you can follow this show on Twitter at Reviewometer, and you can follow me on Instagram at EwokPeter. There I post my own personal stuff. I also have a YouTube channel where I upload these podcast episodes, amongst other things. If you enjoy the show, please go ahead and give us a like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. It will help us very much be discovered by other viewers. Thank you for listening to this podcast where we just reviewed Fastlane, part of our Disney Channel series on Disney+. Join us next time when we continue with our next review here at Review-O-Meter.
Bye, little people.